Podcast, and this video is Bead Finishes and Colors Demystified. There are thousands of different colors of beads out there, and it can be very confusing to tell them apart, especially if you're buying them online. So in this video, I'm going to explain some of the terms that are used to name beads, especially in terms of different finishes and different colors. I hope it's of help to you as you explore beads more and enjoy your art. There are 3 other videos in this series: Bead Types Demystified, Bead Tools Demystified, and Jewelry Findings for Beaders Demystified. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. In general, beads can be either opaque or transparent. Here we have some examples of both. On my left are opaque beads, and on the right are some transparent ones. Let's take a closer look at them. Okay, here are the opaque beads. Although these are all opaque, you'll notice they have very different appearances. Some are shiny, some are not. Some are crystals, such as these, and some are seed beads, some are shaped beads. Almost any kind of bead can be opaque. All kinds of beads can be transparent too. Take a look at this collection. We've got seed beads, we've got crystals, we've got beads that are shiny, beads that are matte. The only thing they all have in common is they are transparent. Another aspect of bead finish is the amount of shine on the surface, and that amount of shine can go from very shiny to completely matte. In between, there are lots of different names for the colors. I've got a few here. This one is an alabaster, which is a fairly shiny one, but not quite as shiny. And then this one is called, let's see, this one is called luster, and it's fairly satiny looking. And then this one's called suede. It's almost matte, just has a little bit of sheen and has some texture to it. You can also see words such as satin or silk. Lots of different colors, lots of different names for them, but basically you're going to run from shiny to matte. Beads can also be solid or lined. The bead on the right is solid. The beads on the left are lined. Let's take a closer look at those. This bottom bead is clear, and then on the very inside it has blue. So from the side it looks blue with kind of a shiny surface on it. This next one is a gray opal, and it has a silver on the inside. The next bead is sort of a multicolored blue-green bead, and it has a gold lining. This last bead is again clear, and it is lined with gold. So a bead can either be clear and lined, or it can be color, have a color and be lined. Probably the most popular and widely known finish is AB, which stands for Aurora Borealis. And it's just sort of a bead that has some sort of an iridescent surface. I don't know if you've ever seen the Aurora Borealis or Northern Lights, but I have. You see them up in the Arctic, and it's just kind of like a curtain of shimmering colors. And that's very much what this is, a great example of that. This is a Swarovski Rivoli, and as I move it around, you can see there are lots of flashes of different colors of lights going on there. But I want to show you a couple other examples too, just to show you how different AB can look on different colors of beads. Here's one that's a dark opaque, and that's quite different than this one, which is a semi-glazed orange, but it's still got shimmers of different colors of lights in it. Here is a clear color-lined bead. Here's another sort of matte one, turquoises and purples. This is a green, lots of greens, but still with hints of different colors in it. This is a clear, and that's real easy to, again, see the Aurora Borealis because you can clearly see the different colors in it. This last one is a bicone, and if I can skewer one here, you can see as I move it around that there's that finish on it, the Aurora Borealis finish. So that's what AB is. Aren't those pretty? These are what are called Vitrail. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Some of these bead names, it's kind of like what children were supposed to be in the past, seen but not heard. You see these words a lot, but you don't hear them often. So this is seen mainly in crystals, and I believe it's called Vitrail. So it's the same process as AB, but it results in primarily a pink-green reflection. There's quite a bit of purple in there too. So there you can see it in both a bicone and in a rivoli. Next, we're going to talk about rainbow beads, and rainbow's really very much like AB. See if you agreed as we go through these. This first one is a blue-purple rainbow bugle bead. Next, we have a ruby rainbow bead. The third one here is a blue rainbow tilla. Kind of move it around a little bit so you can see that. This is a dark rainbow twin bead, and this last one is a light rainbow, sort of a clear light rainbow color bead. So it's got all those different colors in it, very much like AB does. So if you see rainbow, you can figure it's going to be pretty much like AB is. Now let's take a look at irises. Irises are also sort of an AB finish. It's an iridescent metallic looking coating with multiple hues, usually on dark opaque beads. So this first one here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Move us over just a smidgen. This is a fire polish bead, actually, a purple iris fire polish bead. So it's got purples and greens and golds and kind of copper looking in it. The next one is an iris teal, and it's definitely teal, and I see some gold in it, but I'm not seeing a lot of other colors, but they're calling it a teal iris. This third one is a matte brown iris, and this one definitely has lots of interesting colors going on, purples and browns and coppers. This one is a matte teal iris, and the colors in it are a bit more subtle, but there are also blues and purples, a little bit of a gold or copper tinge. This one is a matte blue iris, and you see lots of purple and a little bit of the browns in it. The last example I have is of a metallic green-brown iris. So this has almost a real dark green and a bit of a khaki, some teal. Well, that's what iris is. These beads have a Picasso finish. They have speckles or blotches of multiple colors, often with kind of an earthy or stone appearance. Here's one with reds and browns. Here's some that look a bit like jade. They have golds and browns and turquoise. Here's an example of one that's actually translucent. Most of them are opaque, but this one's got turquoise and some kind of a cream and brown color in them. Here's one that's reds and browns, and here's one that is, so I can put those on the end so you can see them a little bit better. These have a black with kind of a cream in them. So those are Picasso beads. You can find them in many different types of beads now. These beads all have a Ceylon finish. It's an opalescent luster kind of finish. This first one is a matte bead. The next two are more shiny, and there you can really see it. Gives it just a very, very pretty opalescence kind of soft sheen. Vega is a Siam ruby based bead that's given a transparent luster amethyst coating. This example here is a fire polish bead that is a jet bronze Vega. Capri is a metallic finish, typically gold or bronze. I've got a few examples here. This first one is a Capri gold. The second one is also a Capri gold. The third one has a rose gold finish, and the last one is also a Capri gold. These Rivolis have what's called a Pantina effect on them. The first one here is a crystal gold Pantina. The next is a crystal black Pantina. The third one is a crystal silver Pantina. And the last one is a crystal white Pantina. I'm going to try and move them around a little bit so you can see. There's on the surface of it, it may show up better in some of the darker ones. There is kind of almost like a little lattice work of on the surface, and that's the finish that gives it there. I think you can see it better, the Pantina look. Here are three examples of a pastel finish. It has the look of mother of pearl. It creates a silky, smooth-looking surface. Very, very rich looking. This one's sort of a gold, a teal, and a silver. The only example I have of Sliperit is in a finished piece, but this is what Sliperit is. It's a metallic finish that reflects hues of gold and purple or fuchsia. This one is pretty much gold. There's a little tiny bit of purple in it. This bicone has a Labrador finish. It's a special silver coating that allows the bead color to still be seen. It can be on half the bead or fully coated. In this case, the bead is only half colored, so you can see the clear crystal. These bicones have a Dorado finish, which is a gold, half gold finish. This is a 2X Dorado finish, so it is quite a deep penetrating color. This is an example of plated beads. These are glass beads that in this example are plated with sterling silver. Here are two examples of metallic or galvanized beads. These are gold galvanized and these are pewter. Metallic or galvanized beads are glass beads with a shiny metal-like surface coating on them. It's usually baked on. They're not terribly durable. They're not a permanent galvanized. It's kind of the difference between permanent galvanized and just plain galvanized. So they're not good for use in something that's going to have a lot of wear to it. These are permanent galvanized beads. They have a similar coating to galvanized. However, the coating is permanent and is often shinier. They're a really good alternative for places where beads are going to get a lot of wear because the color on them will last much longer. This is an example of a Duracoat bead. This is made by the Miyuki. If you see the word Duracoat, it's always going to be a Miyuki bead. It's an extra durable coating. It's a clear coating and it improves the resiliency of the beads. So it's good for beads that are going to get a lot of wear. Rings are an example. Bracelets are another one. My hope is that now when you see the names of beads, whether it's in person or online, you'll be able to decipher them because it's all kind of written in a code, isn't it? Here's what I mean. Often you'll see a bead like this. Okay, this is matte, transparent, teal, AB. So it's got about 4 of the characteristics of different beads we've talked about. This one next to it is silver lined, matte, light amber. The one next to that is gold lined, light jonquil, AB. And the one on the furthest end is matte, orchid, permanent galvanized. So the names are actually giving you quite a bit of information, and so I hope that this has been helpful to you in being able to demystify what all those words mean.